OGTV 45 tapping in. And I got a message for everybody who thought I was actually going to come up here and take an L to Zip with the Drip. When I'm right, y'all, when I'm right, I don't lose. Did you hear me? When I'm right, I do not lose. And I'm right in this situation between me and Zip. And I got the receipts. I'm going to prove it to y'all. And when I finish talking, if Zip is man enough to watch this video, he's going to have to acknowledge that he was the one at fault and not me. And if he doesn't acknowledge that, every nigga out there that stand on truth and stand on justice, whether you Muslim or not, if you're not a meat rider and picking sides because of who's your favorite, and you stand on justice and the truth, you'll see that in this situation between me and Zip, I didn't wrong Zip. Zip wronged me. And I'm going to show y'all how and when it started. It started with this video right here. Can y'all see that? This video right here. I dropped this video during the month of Ramadan, right? And when I dropped this video, Zip put this in my comments. Let me get my glasses. Zip puts this in my comments when I dropped that video. He said, I never said I don't believe in the hadith. I said if it goes against the Quran, then I don't accept it. I never told a nigga how to deen. In the video you referenced, I said I don't care how another person deals with Allah. What you did just now was slander. Let's get it together, Aki. This is what Zip says to me in my comments. All right? Now what happened was the night prior to that, Zip had did a live. And in the course of that live, he says some things. I was actually watching the live because I was, like I said, supporting Zip. So I'm watching the live, and he said some things from an Islamic perspective that I totally disagreed with. I immediately began commenting during the live, saying, Ak, you messing up. Ak, you made a mistake. Ak, that's not right. He was going on with his flow. He didn't acknowledge me in the comments or see me in the comments or whatever the case may be. I'm not going to hold him no fault for that. So the next day when I made that video, as y'all saw, his name wasn't in the title of the video. It wasn't about him, but I mentioned him and what he'd said the night prior on the live. As y'all can see, he denies that that's what he said. But if you look in the comments, you'll see what my response to him was. Where is your video? If I said anything wrong, I would publicly apologize. But I don't see your video. We can't ascertain the facts. I'm gonna hold this up here so y'all can see it. Exactly what I said. Now, we're talking about not only from a religious perspective, but just from a morally right perspective. If you made a video, if someone reacted to your video and they quoted you for saying something you said in the video, and you didn't agree with them, why would you delete the video before you referenced them? Why would you delete the video first? Why wouldn't you just produce the video and say, hey, this is what I said. This is what you accused me of. You were wrong. See, here's the deal. Here's where he messed up at. When he said, this is slander, that's the first stone that was casted. What you left me, Zip, was no room for human error. And I said that before. Because if I said that's what I heard you say, then whether I was right or wrong, that's what I heard you say, brother. And when you said what you said, it was very, very close to what I thought you said. So why didn't you leave room to say, Aki, you misheard me. Aki, you misunderstood me. Aki, you misinterpreted me. And that's only if I'm the one that's wrong. To say that you remember every single word you said in an hour and a half, 2 hour live is crazy. You could have been the one that was wrong. You could have misspoke. I told you that before. I do it all the time. My grandson might be at my house. I might call my son name. When he don't come run, I'm like, why you ain't coming? I called you. You didn't call me. I didn't even say the right name. It happens sometimes. Sometimes you think one thing and say another. But a narcissist doesn't believe they could ever be wrong. See, Zip doesn't believe that there could be no fault of his in this. In order for him to accuse me of slander, that means there's intention implied. You know what's in my mind and you know what's in my heart. And you know that I intentionally told a lie with the purpose of hurting you. You cannot swear by Allah that you know that because you don't even know me. So for you to accuse me of slander was indeed throwing the first stone, calling the first name, and where all the BS started. When I quoted you in that video, I quoted exactly what I believe you said. And I told you, if you didn't say that, brother, show me that video and I will humbly apologize to you in public and take that video down. But you destroyed the evidence, bro. How dare you call me a slanderer and you destroyed the evidence? There's no evidence for you to base that on, nothing but your word. Your narcissistic word, meaning your word is the rule. Because you said it, it's the rule. I'm leaving the room open. Hey, either one of us could have made a mistake, bro. If I was the one that made the mistake, I'll do the apology, take the video down. We can't tell who made a mistake. And the fact that you won't even accept that someone could have made a mistake, that you automatically went straight to, I'm slandering you, I have malicious intent against you, when I was a supporter against you, when I was a supporter for you, rather, a supporter of yours, liking and commenting in your lives, you accuse me of slander, as opposed to saying, Ak, you made a mistake. Ak, you wrong, that's not what I said. You accuse me of slander. You know what's in my heart. Astaghfirullah. Only Allah knows the ghaib. You don't know the ghaib. You don't know what's the unseen. You don't know what I think or what I feel. When I speak, you got to take my word for face value, brother. And I told you, I heard you say that. You saying, that's not what I said. We supposed to go to the videotape for reference, brother. It's a public record. You said what you said on public record. You chose to destroy that evidence. You chose to destroy the evidence and then try to make me feel bad for making a video saying what you said when you destroyed the evidence. You're the one wrong. This is common sense. This is basic morals. Yeah, I made a video quoting what you said in the live. And you can't say, even if I'm wrong, you can't say I was that far off from what you said. And I don't even believe I was wrong, bro. I believe you made a mistake. But a narcissist doesn't believe that they can make a mistake. What a narcissist does is gaslight. Yeah, they gaslight. Before I even get into that, I'm gonna show y'all the second one. When I made the video, the second after he called me a slanderer, I made the next video and I put his name in it. I made an actual video about the situation. And this is the comment he puts in my comments. Bro, you should delete this video. In the first video, it was slander. Again, you telling me you know what was in my heart? You telling me I had malicious intent for you? You don't even know me. You don't know that. Why not say in the first video you misquoted me? In the first video you misheard me? In the first video you misunderstood me, Aki. You made a mistake. No, you said in the first video it was slander. That's strike number one. This is now lying on me. Strike number two. You are lying on me. This is a form of backbiting as well. Again, my comment, where is your video? If I said anything wrong, I would publicly apologize, but I don't see your video. We can't ascertain the facts, brother. How could you make a live, see someone react to it, call you out for it, then go delete your video and come back and tell them to stop saying what they're saying after you deleted your video. Why would you delete your video unless you said something in there that you probably shouldn't have said? Maybe you made a mistake. Now, here's why I keep using the word narcissist, all right? I was married to a narcissist for 4 years. I went to therapy for narcissistic abuse. I went to YouTube University for narcissistic abuse. About 5 or 6 years ago, you turn on my YouTube, my whole timeline was videos on narcissism. So I spotted right away. The tactic that he did with me was called gaslighting. Yeah, I know all of the lingo from the hoovering, the monkey branching, the gaslighting, it's called gaslighting. He tried to gaslight me by immediately coming to me telling me, hey, you did something wrong. And there's no way of me being able to figure out if I'm wrong or he's wrong. Like, I'm just supposed to believe I'm wrong because you said it? You understand what I'm saying? You're automatically trying to position yourself in an authoritative position over me. You're making it about my word versus your word now, and that's not what it's supposed to be about. I spoke on something that was said on a public live video. You said something about Islam that was very incorrect. So it wasn't even just for the sake of addressing you. It's because so many people heard that. If you said, indeed, what I believed you said, they should be, people should be made aware that that's not true. That's not true, and that's not Islam. That's not what it is. But you're stating that you didn't say that. I'm stating I heard you say that. So somebody's wrong. I could acknowledge somebody's wrong. One of us is wrong. But you're immediately calling slander. And the fact that you deleted that video and then immediately called slander, that seems deceitful to me, bro. That seems like a narcissistic person who can't admit they're wrong. I said I can admit I'm wrong. I said I'll apologize if I'm wrong. You should have the same spirit, but you don't. Because in your mind, there's no way, shape, form, or fashion you could possibly be wrong. That, my dude, is a clinical definition of narcissism. The fact that you can't be wrong. The fact that you remembered everything you said in an hour and a half live 2 months ago is insane. I would never sit here and say I remember every word I said an hour and a half live 2 months ago. I will leave the room for human error. I could have said that by mistake, but I meant this. There's no human error on your behalf possible. And on my behalf, there's nothing possible either. I could only be hating you, right? I could only be hating you. You one of those guys who get a little bit of success and you think everyone is either riding your meat or hating you. And that's not what it is, bro. You say you're a Muslim. That means I got a right to speak to you. There's supposed to be a brotherhood between you and I that we ain't got nothing to do with. If you're speaking on Islam, and I'm in your comments at the time, why you talking saying it? You wasn't looking at the comments. So I mentioned it in the video. You said I slandered you. You don't have the right to say I slandered you unless you know my intentions. Unless you know what's in my heart, bro. This ain't about no witnesses or none of that, bro. This about shirk, nigga. This about shirk. You playing with shirk by saying I slandered you. You saying you know what I was thinking and feeling. You saying that you got attributes that only Allah have. Oneness of his names and attributes. Yeah. So you playing with shirk, brother. Just by saying I slandered you. That's why you're wrong, Zip. And in that video that I showed y'all the little clips of, he deleted that. But he said in that video that he been feeling some type of way about me ever since then. Ever since he messed up, he been feeling some type of way about me. So this is where this comes from. See, the whole video with the 10 toes down and the fruit pop thing and all that. Check this out. I got this brother right here in my comments, right? Let me show you something. Let me put y'all on game. I'm really about to take y'all to school right now, man. Because this is bigger than that. This brother right here, his name, I don't know this brother from a can of paint. His name is Yak Williams. But since I've been on YouTube, you know, he been supporting me. Whenever I watch any of the other guys that's in that same circle, pretty much, I be seeing him in their comments too. So he's not just a supporter of me, he a supporter of the whole sector, pretty much for the most part. And this is what he said when I made that video about Zip getting his back whipped. He said, you was trying to help him out. He should have got some game from you. I hate this for Zip, but you had to school him. He was able to peep the game and see that I was trying to help him out. Another time, he thought he knew what was in my mind. He thinking I'm off trying to propagate the thing. If you listen to my video, I said, bro, I'm a supporter. I'm over here Team Zip. I got a cousin down here. He's from up top too, but he's down here. He's a big Hassan Campbell fan. No matter how much I, tell him I don't like Hassan or I went back and forth with Hassan or whatever the case may be, he likes Hassan. I'm not gonna hate him. Like he's not like no fairy or nothing like that either. He's a straight dude, wife, kids, whatever. But he resonates with Hassan's message. I'm not gonna hate on that. I'm gonna allow him to be a Hassan fan. That's his right? But people like friends, relatives of mine who are into the YouTube thing, right? And a little more so now that I'm involved, we talk about it like it's a sport, but we talk about it. We sit around and laugh and have fun. We might be on a group chat talking about the YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? These are like some of the people who send me content. Like when Hassan did videos about me, I didn't watch them videos. I didn't know that. This cousin of mine who likes Hassan sent me the clips. Like, yo, Hassan did a video about you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though it was a beefing video, my cousin was just happy that Hassan did a video about me, whatever. So it is what it is, right? So these guys are talking to me like, what's up with your man Zip? He ain't say nothing since 10 Toes put that out, whatever, right? Here's the deal. Here's where the arrogance comes into play. And all this goes is a narcissistic trait. Arrogance. The arrogance for you to automatically assume that everyone who's watching you now has been watching you every day consistently for the last 2 or 3 years is insane. The fact that everybody in the YouTube space expects me to know that 10 Toes Down was supposed to lie on this or lie on that or his credibility is damaged or whatever. Bro, everybody has not been that invested for the past couple of years. You got some people who just started watching y'all a week ago, 2 weeks ago. They don't know about all of the history between this one when that one was beefing and that one was beefing that one. Bro, you want to know the truth, bro? None of that shit matters. YouTube don't even count before I got here. All them niggas about to be my backup singers in a little while. I'm the lead singer. And all them niggas finna be my backups. So that shit don't even matter to me what happened to YouTube before I got here. Whoever 10 Toes Down lied on or whatever it is, they ain't got nothing to do with it. Well, I said what made me put credence in 10 Toes Down was he was the first nigga that broke it in that sector that Zip, he put out a video that says Zip had a fight and Brian Glaze Gibbs had a fight, right? Brian Glaze Gibbs came out like, yo, that nigga lying on me. I don't know what he talking about. I ain't have no fight. I'm thinking Zip gonna do the same thing. Like I said, I didn't touch it for the first couple of days. Glaze Gibbs said the nigga capping. That was the truth. I'm like, oh man, well, maybe he's capping. Let me hold off about the Zip fight thing. And then boom, everybody's talking about it. Igor is talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Zip comes out talking about it himself. I'm like, damn, I saw the 10 Toes Down video, and it just, like when you watching videos in the sector, everybody pops across your timeline, whether you follow them or not. But I caught this 10 Toes Down video like 6 minutes after it dropped. That Zip had a fight in his head. That's money on the floor. I didn't have to disrespect Zip to talk about the video. I could have just said, made a video, yo, Zip look like something happened to Zip. Zip had a fight. I hope he's all right. I wish him the best, champ. That could have been some content for me, brother. Everybody else put it out. But I didn't even believe it was true. And then come to find out, he was telling the truth. So why would I automatically assume the next thing this guy says out of his mouth is a lie? Especially if I haven't been watching every day for the last 2, 3, 4 years. I actually have a life. You know what I'm saying? I be doing things. Now I have a little more time, which is why I can create content every day. I switch hustles, like, you understand? I got more free time. I could do this now. I put myself in a better position. That's all. But I wasn't watching every day 2 years ago. I don't know everything. I'm not, it's not mandated that I know 10 toes down track record for the past 5 years to react to his video. It's insane for y'all to think that and hold me to those standards. You can't react to nobody's video on YouTube unless you've been watching them at least 5, 6 years. That's retarded. That's retarded for y'all to think. That's retarded. I could have been watching them a week or 2 weeks and reacted to a video. Y'all the ones telling me, oh, 10 toes down, we lying, 10 toes down, we lying. I don't know that shit, nigga. I don't know that. The video I thought the nigga was lying, he told the truth. Yeah. So it was no malice with that, brother. It was no malice with that. It was me wanting to see the show. That's what it was. It wasn't about me trying to propagate the rumor and spread the rumor that you a fruit pot. The way you reacted and came at me being a bozo and a clown and all that, I'm saying, well, that shit must be true or something then. The hell you mad at me for? I'm just wanting to see you do what you do, nigga. I want to see you get at these niggas. You got people that sitting around that want to see the show, bro. Some people tune in to watch the show. Some people tune in to watch the back and forth. That's all it was, bro. I wanted to see the back and forth. I'm one of the ones who tune in for the controversy. Controversy sells. People like to watch it. I don't just like to make it. I like to watch it. That's why I make it, because I know I watch it. I'm into the controversy. So as a fan, when they brought old boy up there and he made that bold claim, Zip can't say nothing when he say my name. My people clowning on me like, yeah, they shut your boy up. Zip can't say nothing. So I made the video like, Zip, man, get these niggas. And what you do, you turn around and clap me. That's your paranoia. That's your arrogance. That's you, or the way you comprehend things. Your perception that I was against you. I wasn't even against you, nigga. Throughout the whole ordeal, I've been speaking on it. I've been commentating on it. Everybody going that Zip. I'm pulling for Zip. I was saying that the whole time. So for you to assume that I made that video with bad intentions, once again, you think you know what's in my heart, nigga. You don't know what's in my heart, nigga. That's narcissism, bro. You don't know what's in my mind or my heart, nigga. I will tell you at all times. Anytime I make a video about a nigga and I don't have bad intentions, I come out and say, this is not a diss track. I'm just referencing the brother because the video I'm speaking on pertains to him at this part or whatever, or he said this part or whatever. That's it. But I'm not trying to diss the brother. The last video I made, that was a diss track, nigga. And they only get better from there. They only get better from there. I don't play them games. I don't say that it's not no beef or I don't got no issue with nigga, then backdoor smack them. Like, I don't do that. Anytime I mention Zip, I made it clear that this wasn't a diss track. When you said what you said on that live that I thought was wrong, I was doing my job as a Muslim to correct it. Like, hey, my brother misspoke. This is what it is. You're saying you didn't say that. I'm saying I heard you say that. You destroyed the evidence. It was a public record, and you destroyed it and then confronted me after you destroyed the evidence. How dare you destroy the evidence and then call me a slanderer? Who are you for me to have to slander? That's where the arrogance comes in. That's when a little bit of success that you're getting right now has blown your head. Arrogance. Who are you for me to have to slander, brother? Why would I have to slander you, brother? If I'm saying that's what you said, that's what I heard. You saying that's not what you said, and it's the way you go about that. I'm going to teach you one last lesson before I get out of here, shorty. The Muslim way to do that, the real simple Muslim way to do that, just like you jumped in my comments and called me out my name and called me a slanderer, all you had to do was jump in my comments and say, Aki, I took my video down. Could you take yours down? My nigga, you would have backed me in the corner. I followed the dean. You would back me in the corner with that. Yes, sir, I'll take it down, not a problem. I would have been forced to take it down. Why? Because I didn't make the video for an apology from you to me. You don't owe me nothing. This is Allah's deen, it's not mine. I didn't make the video to rub your nose in it and make you grovel in your mistake or whatever the case may be. Nah, that ain't how the deen work. If you would have you did take the video down, but you were deceitful, you didn't say anything. If you would have just said, I took the video down, could you take yours down? I would have had to do it because that would have been an acknowledgement. You acknowledged it. You took it down. I don't need no apology. I don't need to hear I was right, you was wrong, all that. I'm not in it for that. If you'd have just took the video down, until I took the video down, can you take yours down? No problem, brother. That's how you could have got me to take my video down. Not by trying to gaslight me into tricking me into thinking I did something wrong, telling me I slandered you. Like, I'm going to be dumb enough to believe that you can tell me I slandered you. Nigga, I know I ain't slandered you. I know I thought that that's really what I heard, so there can't be no slander. I know I didn't make this shit up in my head. Someone make up something and say Zip said it to put some dirt on his name. I know for a fact I didn't do that. I know that. So if you really wanted to take the video down, if you wanted me to take it down, all you had to do is go about it like a Muslim. Say, Aki, I took my video down. Can you take yours down? No problem, Aki. No problem. It was as simple as that. But you came at me with bullshit, nigga. You slandered me. Take that video down. Of course, the first thing I'm going to do is go back. Let me make sure I didn't slander this brother. I wouldn't slander this brother on purpose. No, that's not me. That's not my character, bro. I don't pray 5 times a day to get up and slander a Muslim for no reason. That'll be counterproductive. That'd be real counterproductive. I wouldn't even waste my knees praying all day, every day, if I was going to just get up and slander a Muslim. That's dumb, shawty. That's dumb. I ain't going to do nothing that dumb. Apparently, I thought that's what you said, nigga. That means it ain't slander. Understand the lexical definitions of the words you use. Slander means intention is applied. And for you to tell me you know my intentions, you playing with shirks, shawty. Yeah. You know my intentions? You know my heart? You know my brain? You never met me, nigga. You a law, nigga? You ain't a law. Only person know my brain and my heart is Allah. That's it. That's the only one know my brain and my heart is Allah. And you supposed to know that. In order for you to accuse me of slander, you got to know my brain and my heart, nigga. You don't. You did not leave room for human error for your Muslim brother to have made a mistake. I would have never came at you and said, yo, you slandered me, little nigga. No, I'd be like, yo, Ak, you made a mistake. You misheard me, Ak. And I wouldn't have destroyed the evidence. If I had destroyed the evidence, I wouldn't have even been able to respond to your video. I wouldn't have even spoken on it. I wouldn't have been able to question you. I wouldn't have been able to say nothing if I already destroyed the evidence. And it was up. The evidence was up when you made your video. I let you make your video, let the public see your video, then I took the evidence down and came out staking a claim that I didn't say what was on that video. Bro, that's insane. A blind man could see who's wrong here. Now, I'm not demanding an apology, but you should apologize for accusing me of slander because it implies that you know for 1,000% fact that you didn't make a mistake in your speech. And you also know for 1,000% fact that I clearly heard you. You can't say that. You can't say either of those with conviction. You can't say that I clearly heard you say something and then intentionally accuse you of saying something else. It's just that simple, my brother. You don't have the right nor the power to do that. If I approach any man and extend my hand to shake yours and you spit in my hand, I have every right to slap the shit out you. And that's what I felt like happened. That's why I made that video about him yesterday. And if he continues to talk about me in a negative light, I'll show him how talented I am at that. I used to make niggas fight me growing up for snapping on them. I will say something to make you want to fight me. That's why I'm up here. My people know I'm that antagonizing, that annoying. So, like I said, I will not lose. Because if I'm wrong, I learned that when I'm wrong, to humbly bow out and apologize. If I'm right, I'm going to fight to the death. Allah has my back, and you can't win. So I'm going to ask Allah to forgive you for putting the curse of Allah on me when you were wrong, because it will only fall on you. So I'm going to be the good big brother and ask Allah to forgive Zip for putting the curse of Allah on me for standing on business. You spit in my hand, so I slapped you. You can't get mad at me. That's narcissism. You have to acknowledge you spit in my hand, brother. I tried to shake your hand, you spit in my hand, brother. That's why I slapped the shit out you.